How's it going, everybody? I'm meteorologist Joey Cragness back with your daily forecast. Today we have some severe weather to talk about. A chance for Texas and Oklahoma to see some severe storms, and that risk will continue on through tomorrow as well. And then next week, looks like we could see a few rounds of severe weather. That risk is still up in the air at this point, but we're keeping an eye on things out there. I misspelled several accidentally, oops. But then those cooler temperatures expecting to continue through the end of this week and then into next week as well. Still around average, just slightly below, but still on the cooler side for this time of year for most of the country. Have a few little light showers going around so far. Not a ton right now. Cooler temperatures up north, got 25 degrees in Minneapolis, 70 degrees Oklahoma City, so things are warming up just a little bit down south, getting ready for that possible severe weather. Right now in central Oklahoma, seeing a few scattered rain showers out there, had a few little rumbles of thunder, but nothing big at the moment. That main risk for severe weather will come later on this afternoon. Down in the DFW, temperatures in the mid and lower 60s, got 67 degrees in Rockwall, so temperatures beginning to heat up a little bit there. And then where there's a little bit more cloud cover down in San Antonio and Austin, temperatures on the cooler side out there for this morning, or this afternoon, I guess now. And then out in Houston, just a little bit warmer with that warm air coming off the Gulf there. Out in the Front Range, temperatures pretty warm down in Colorado Springs, 58 degrees, slightly cooler as you go up towards Denver in the mid and lower 40s out there. More seasonable temperatures for them right now. And then getting into what we're expecting for hail for today. Got two separate risk areas, different timings for both of these. This risk for Oklahoma and Texas, northern Texas, looking at mainly this afternoon and evening, and then this risk along the coast here out near Houston. We're expecting that activity to pick up later on this evening and into the overnight hours. For that low-end threats for both of these, expecting maybe at most quarters, maybe we get up to that ping pong ball size, but expecting smaller hail, but some of those storms could produce severe hail. And then wind gusts, damaging wind gusts, pretty much the same risk areas, expanding that risk just a little bit farther to the northeast, down for the Gulf Coast there, and then a little bit farther east for that risk area up in Oklahoma. We could see a few storms produce 60 to 65 mile an hour wind gusts, so that's something to keep an eye on as we get into the afternoon and overnight hours, but lower end threat for wind. And again, maybe a possibility for a tornado or two in this little tiny area of Oklahoma. Not expecting that to be a super high risk or anything like that, but that conditional threat for tornadoes is there. If any of these storms do get strong enough and start to rotate, they could produce a weak tornado or two. Looking at our instability, we got this nice little blob of instability popping up in central Oklahoma this afternoon, and then as the night continues, that threat for storms will increase along the Gulf Coast, and then into tomorrow afternoon, a little bit more instability for these storms to work with. So the storms tomorrow could be a little bit more substantial, especially in Texas and Louisiana, looking at the highest chance to see some severe storms for tomorrow. Looking at this afternoon and evening, got storms firing up in Oklahoma. These are the storms that could produce some of the larger severe hail, and then got some nice rain showers along the Gulf Coast, some more rain showers out farther west there in Texas. And then as the night continues into the very early morning hours of tomorrow, got still a little bit of storms going on in north central Oklahoma, and then these storms will begin to pick up in Texas as we go into your morning commute for tomorrow. But these storms could be on the stronger side, especially as we go into the afternoon and evening with all that daytime heating that we get. Could strengthen those storms quite a bit, especially along the I-35 corridor here. Got some decently strong storms just west of Dallas, and then some decent storms in Louisiana as we go into tomorrow night and Friday morning. Those storms could be fairly strong going into Louisiana before weakening quite a bit fairly quickly as you go into Friday afternoon. Not expecting a ton of severe weather for Friday or anything like that, but a few of those storms could maybe produce a larger hailstone or two on Friday. Looking at our upper air map here, we have this nice trough sitting out over the northeast. That's going to move out. This little disturbance down south is what's bringing us our severe weather chance for Texas and Oklahoma today and tomorrow. After that moves out of the way, we're watching this nice trough moving in from the west as we go into the beginning of next week. And this is what could kick off that severe weather risk as we go into next week and beyond. This little, or not little, decent-sized disturbance is going to kick up off to the northeast, could bring some severe weather to the Central Plains, Texas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois. Maybe Iowa sees a chance at some severe weather later on Monday or Tuesday. And then after that moves off to the east. This is the next round that we're watching for on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you can see a little bit farther behind it, there's another disturbance. So we could see several rounds of severe weather starting early on next week and beginning or continuing all throughout the week, and then finally maybe wrapping up as we get into the week after that. 5-day rain chances, not many areas in the U.S. expecting to stay completely dry, a little bit in the Ohio River Valley, a little bit out in far western Texas and southeastern New Mexico, and a little bit in the or southern California, far western Arizona. So most places in the country will see at least some form of precipitation or another as we go throughout this week. Day by day, looking at mainly staying dry today. Like I said, a few areas could see some rain showers, thunderstorms, possibly severe today in Texas and Oklahoma. Not expecting a ton of precipitation out of those storms because they are more isolated. But then storm coverage begins to pick up on Thursday along the Gulf Coast around Houston. Could see some heavier rainfall, a couple of inches down there. And then as that system continues to track east, the southeast could see some moderately heavy rain, a few inches possible for the Florida Peninsula out there, and then along the East Coast on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the upper Midwest expecting another late season winter storm out there where they could see several inches of snow. Haven't really looked into that too much since we are still fairly far out, but many areas could see 6+ inches out in far eastern South Dakota, western Minnesota, and out there. So things are looking fairly good precipitation-wise through that 5-day period, and then our 6 to 10-day period showing that pattern continuing throughout next week, March 25th to March 29th. Heaviest precipitation located in the Four Corners region, or largest chance for above average precipitation out there, and then just east of the Mississippi could see some decent rainfall over that same period. Temperatures expecting to stay below average, though, for much of the north central U.S. And western U.S. Could see those below average temperatures sticking around for just a little bit longer until we get into the full swing of spring and summer and beyond. And then in the East Coast, looking at those above average temperatures also sticking around for that 6 to 10 day time frame. So we're going to have this pattern set up with this big trough over the western U.S. that's keeping those below average temperatures stuck in place out there, and those above average temperatures stuck in place out along the East Coast. That's all we got for today. If you're interested in learning more about us, go ahead and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Or if you're interested in purchasing a plan, go ahead and scan that QR code up above me. Or give us a call at 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com, or check out our website at www.hailtrace.com. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.